Hey guys, welcome to Sledder Series. I'm your host, Dave Norona, Skidoo Ambassador. Today we're going to talk about some gloves, some glove options from Skidoo, and the gloves that I use and why I use them. So we've got 4 sets of gloves here. We've got the X-Team Crew Glove right here. We got the Mountain Glove. We got the all-new X-Team Full Leather Glove and the Absolute Zero Mitt. So what I use all these gloves for, or how I do things, is I use the X-Team Crew Glove in the morning when I'm loading or unloading. It's got this great Velcro closer here, and once it's on, it's super comfortable. So if I'm fueling up, moving around the machines, taking the covers off, this is the glove I use to do it. It's also an awesome spring riding glove. It's got great dexterity, so really easy to hold on to the handlebars. It's got some great padding here, and overall it's just a super cool looking glove, and I use it all the time. I actually use this a lot for night rides mountain biking because it's a nice warm glove and great dexterity on the front, but some warmth on the back. When I get into the mountains and I'm riding, the number one go-to glove now, and Carl Kuster's favorite glove, is the Mountain Glove. Number one, again, this provides, I think, the perfect amount of dexterity, but also warmth without being too bulky. It's also got the leather palm here, so if you need to wipe your goggles, it cleans them right off and keeps moisture off the glove. The secret to not using a ton of pair of gloves throughout the day is not touching a lot of things that are wet, and also being able to shed the moisture off, and this glove does it really well. I'll take 2 pairs of these gloves out. I have one on me and then one in my tunnel bag that I use as a spare. The all-new X-Team leather glove, it goes one step further. If you get cold hands, I use this a lot for sled skiing, so I'll have this in my tunnel bag. If I'm sled skiing, this is what I wear all day because it's a lot warmer. You don't get as much dexterity when it's new on the machine, but once these break in, boy, is that leather super nice and pliable, and they just feel like, oh, you're just putting on a pair of gloves that you've had for years and years. But it has a lot more warmth, especially for me for sled skiing, because it's hard not to touch things. You're touching your skis, the rack, that's a wet environment with snow on it. So these gloves help stay warmer longer than, say, a mountain glove would under those same circumstances. This is also a glove that I keep in my tunnel bag for sort of the last ride out. It's cold, it's an evening, your hands are cold because you've been just digging out friends all day and yourself. Put these gloves on for the ride back to the truck or back to the cabin, and you're just going to absolutely love them. And going one step further, if you get really cold hands, or I do a lot of POW surfing, and so what I love is this Absolute Mitt. So it doesn't get warmer than this, guys. Love how high it comes up with the drawstring here. It's got a closure here to keep it cinched around your wrist. Obviously, these are not great gloves for riding because you don't have the dexterity, but for warmth or during lunch, or if you're just hanging out for a little bit or outside, or even getting to from your cabin to the bar in the evening, this is what I throw on my hands. And again, I keep these in my tunnel bag because they're just a good emergency glove that you should have if it gets really bad. So mostly, I go from the very simplistic and something that works and light on the sled to something like this that's really bomber for safety and also has a ton of other uses. So that's a little bit about the gloves that I use. Of course, you can check these out in the Skidoo catalog or skidoo.com. But even better is go down and visit your local dealer, pick up what works for you. We'll see you out in the backcountry.